All right, folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Poke Your Mom channel. Today we're talking about Pokemon 151 on the old Alpha Investments, Beta Investments, Timmy's Emporium, third floor basement. And I know I haven't really been covering it. There's so much activity going on. I haven't even started talking about the new Flesh and Blood Bright Lights. We haven't talked about the Metazoo news. We haven't talked about the new White sets. And we're still talking about the Magic with the Eldrano and everything going on. And Pokemon, we are here. Pokemon is releasing its 151 specialty set. And I'm going to be very blunt with you all what's going on. Prices are very strong. Demand is through the roof. This is the highest demanded Pokemon product in the Scarlet Violet era already. I mean, so far in the last, we only had a couple sets, but we've had 3 releases. You know, Scarlet Violet base, Mr. P, and of course the grill, the Charmander set where we grill Charizards. And this 151 thing is out of control. So I'm going to give you my opinion. It's going to be very successful. I don't have enough to go around. I have, I think, 800 to 1,000 Elite Trainer boxes. I only sell them by the case. So for patrons, I've only got enough product for like maybe 80, 85 patrons. So like I'm going to have to even comment on it. I'm going to have to very strictly try to slowly run the sale. I can't give much of a discount. I don't have much of the product. Now here's the real thing. This is all going to come down to one of two situations, okay? Everybody wants it. There's not enough to go around. We have a lot of hype in a Pokemon release for the first time since, well, Sword and Shield era. Either A, this is all we get, and today's prices are a bargain, and it's going to continue to drift up over the next 5 years, and this 151 stuff's going to be out of control. It's going to be, generations booster packs type pricing. Things that get crazy price. Or B, which this is what I'm hoping for, we actually get a Wave 2 or Wave 3 of Pokemon 151 over the next 12 months. They don't have to print it to oblivion, all this stuff, but in my opinion, Pokemon needs to have multiple small waves, similar to what they did in the Sword and Shield era with Evolving Skies, Lost Origins, even Silver Tempest, Chilling Reign was overprinted, and nobody wanted it, and I ended up getting stuck with 3,000 bucks of Chilling Reign, and of course that turned out to be almost $1 million in profit at this point. I'm kidding, I'm exaggerating. I make stuff up. But I'm hoping right now that the Pokemon 151, I'm actually hoping we get a Wave 2 and 3. I'm hoping those waves are the same size as Wave 1. Because right now, like even Sunday night, I have the Pokemon 151, the booster bundles they're called. They're like little mini, I'm going to be selling these bricks. I've got like 40 bricks. 40! That's it! From multiple distributors combined. 40 bricks of booster bundle. Each brick has 10 little boxes. Each box has a couple booster packs of 151. And each brick, I've got 40 bricks, like 10 bricks here, 20 bricks here. I had to combine from multiple distribution sources to get 40 bricks. That's it. I have enough for 40 patrons. It's going to be a flipping bloodbath. And it doesn't matter what you sell them for. There's not enough to go around. They're expensive. The demand is the highest I've seen. And I hope Pokemon, in the end of the year, or January or December, and they're not going to do that quick. It takes them forever. 3 to 6 months, I hope they do a Wave 2, and I hope there's a Wave 3. Personally, it doesn't have to be overprinted, but this is a situation where it is way too short printed based on the level of demand. They didn't underprint the product, okay? I get the same amount of Elite Trainer boxes, the 800 to 1,200 range of each ETBs for each release, okay? So I'm getting about 850 of the ETBs 151. So that tells me the print run is within that same range total. But the problem is, the demand on this one is 5, 6, 7 times greater than normal Pokemon set, and it does look pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, the name, hey, are you into? I'm buying Pokemon 151. First of all, the name itself of 151 with the original quantity, original Pokemon, but also that 151 number because it's symbolic to drinking and different things and alcohol. I don't want to get into that and demonetize the video, but you know what I'm talking about. And the number has a very spice risque vibe to it, and you factor that in with the cards and the flavor of it, people are really happy about it. It is what it is, okay? That is my opinion. So hopefully Rudy gets his way and we have a Wave 2 and 3 in the future. Last comment to you all, if we get a Wave 2 and 3 of this and the print run is even the same, I don't even think we're going to see a price crash. But at least it'll prevent it from going higher in price. Because a TCG player has a brick for $550 plus tax. That's $600 a brick, okay? Even if I take off even if I take off over $100 a brick, I mean, those prices, I mean, I only got 40. But even if you take off over 10-20% off the price, it's still not enough to go around. It's going to be a messy type of situation. And I hope Pokemon sees this and acknowledges it, which they usually do. They're pretty good at it. Like the Pokemon McDonald's packs and everything. They tend to fix things like this. And this is a rare situation where I think the product actually needs, and it is the correct thing to do, and it is the healthy thing to do, to reprint Pokemon 151. In my opinion, 2 more times. I think Pokemon 151 needs 3 waves. And I think each wave should be exactly the same. And I think that'll keep the prices stable where they are. And if we don't get that, I mean, it's going to be outrageous. These ETBs are going to climb from $50 an ETB, or with tax and shipping, maybe more than that. Let's just say 50 even. I mean, these things can climb to 60, 70, 80 if we get 0 restock. So I'm hoping we do get additional waves so that ETBs can hold. I mean, MSRP on ETB is what? Pokemon, what, $60 plus tax? I mean, you know, that's $60 already for the ETB is I think is kind of the max where it should be. If you have ETBs on release climbing above MSRP of 60, going to 70 and 80 within 90 days, I think you have a problem. I think that is a huge red flag, because you don't want people, you don't want that immediate flippers type of mentality. You're going to draw in a lot of people who don't want Pokemon, and they're just going to say, oh, I'm going to run to Walmart and buy these things for $50 or $60, and I'm going to flip them on eBay for 80 to 100 just to make 10 bucks a piece. You start to lure in a different demographic. I don't think that's a healthy approach. I hope that doesn't happen. And I believe to keep the ETB price, maybe it pushes it down to 45 or 50 or 50. I think it needs to stay within the 10-20% variance of where it is. And I think the only way to do that, based on the excitement right now, is to acknowledge, or at least line up with the printers next year in 2024 to have some more boxes and things released. Final thing in the end of this video, I know we're on the Pokemon topic, but I keep getting messages, and I was going to do a separate video on this, but I know most people don't watch this late. A lot of people have been messaging me about, Rudy, should I start jumping in to Sword and Shield era? Rudy, I know you're Mr. Chilling Rain. You're like the king of Chilling Rain because you went viral with all the Chilling Rain videos in 2021. Let me be straightforward with you all. People keep asking me if it's time to jump into Sword and Shield era because it's all out of print, and people keep saying I'm not jumping in yet and I'm waiting until they do more reprints of Sword and Shield. I'm going to be very blunt with you all. In my personal opinion, yes, I've heard rumors of additional reprints of the Sword and Shield sets from a year to 2 years ago. Is it possible we have a small reprint of Evolving Skies for the 4th time? Or, a small reprint of some, Chilling Rain or a Astral or Brilliant or anything. Anything's possible. But focusing on that is such a Timmy mindset. Because let me give you all some examples, okay? Even when Evolving Skies got reprinted multiple times, and these idiotic stores dumped them real quick because the price dropped and they were to get their $30 a box profit or whatever. When you have products that are really hot and they're just straight up a good engineered box or set, if it's a good product, it's going to continue to push upwards and absorb buyers in the market, okay? Now, I was around in 2017 range, 2018, when everybody freaked out because $300 boxes of Roaring Skies got a huge reprint, and Roaring Skies from the XY era went from $300 a box down to $60, $70, and that's when I got stuck with a couple hundred boxes. And everybody just gave up, okay? Well, we know Roaring Skies is $500 to $1,000 a box now. I was around with Evolving Skies on multiple waves, and the amount of patrons who sent me messages who bought Evolving Skies from me for, I don't know, 110 or whatever I sold at release, and then they sold it for 200, and they thought they were rock stars. And now they see it pushing, what, 450, 500, and they're just like, oh my God. Because what happens is every time we have these upticks, people like to sell into strength. But you need to look at the more complicated big picture of why are we having that strength? What is causing that? And again, we'll go into that in some more videos. I don't want to go too long in this Pokemon. I want to focus on 151. And right now, there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of messages. I mean, I've been privately, I've had, I think, 6 or 7 patrons. I've even sold a case of Chilling Rain to them. I just matched TCG players and said, look, no discounts. I offered Chilling Rain 3-4 times to the patrons. Multiple times, and people just, the lowest I tried to sell it for was 89, and people just gave me the middle finger. And it is what it is. And so at this point, yeah, I mean, I'm having people wanting to go back. And I asked them the same thing. I said, you were a patron 2 years ago. I looked at your account history. Why? And I asked the same thing. What made you not want to buy then? And why are you willing to pay double the price now? And the answers are always different, but they're kind of similar. And it's interesting because the overall feedback is their perspective has shifted a lot. They didn't realize how good the set was. They wanted to do it, but there was so much negativity. They got scared because other outside influencers or forces or Reddits and social media, maybe on Tinder or Grindr, people were saying don't buy it. And that influenced them not to pull the trigger and build a position, you know? So things like that happen all the time. And again, I'm not going to bust your chops and balls and anything. I'm just curious to learn about everyone's perspectives. And you guys know, I fuck shit up all the time. I get things wrong all the time. And that's part of being human, okay? Anyone who tells you they're never wrong and they think they're hot stuff and they want to sell you the get-rich-quick CD, those are the ones you got to look out for. The ones that say they're here for you, they're here for the community, I'm here to give back for every... When you see people like that, be very skeptical because usually they're overcompensating, they have different motives, and your instinct gets a little uneasy. Rudy doesn't operate that way. Alpha Investments, I'm here to make money. I'm here to talk to you guys about market movements, and I refuse to get a haircut, and I love waffle fries, and I eat tacos. And I'm a pretty straightforward dude. A lot of people don't like that, but the market's very cutthroat, and there's a lot of money in the market. But as always, most people miss out on it because they get analysis paralysis or they get negative and confused. So that's all I have today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Final comment, the 151 thing. It's the hottest product so far of the Scarlet Violet era. And again, just to say it, the Scarlet Violet negativity is so stupid. I've been building massive positions in Scarlet Violet. Every set, Mr. P, base set, I am all in on this shit. And people's negativity towards it is just hilarious. It's like Chilling Rain 2.0, Roaring Skies 3.0. I've been through this so many times. So like I said, you know, use your own opinions, get your own judgments, and have a beautiful day, everybody.